One.
Ryan Kaiser, he's the head coach of the Lincoln Park girls basketball team. They recently beat Neshannock. They're 3-0. They got Coach Bariski here to kind of fill in some news and notes on this team. They're going to be a part of the Allegheny Health Network Tip-Off Classic. They're going to have the first game at 4 o'clock. They're going to take on West Allegheny. So before we give you a chance to talk, do you like this team's chances this year?
I love this team's chances. So I'm going to give this guy all kind of credit in the world. We talked, I hired him, I interviewed him, and he's been toiling for years to get this team where they're at. And this group of girls, all seniors like that boys basketball team. And I believe after their first 3 games, they made it to the playoffs last year for the first time. Had some girls who couldn't play. I think they should be considered one of the dark horses, but in one of the favorites for the WPL championship. They have great guard leadership, great senior leadership. Their forwards can shoot it, and they get up and down. They try to. I think they try to mimic what we do in fast tempo. But Coach will tell you more about that.
Coach, tell me a little bit about your basketball team and the guard play, especially in women's basketball, is so important. I saw the young Hauser girl now go to Kent State, what she's doing. She's just been absolutely tremendous. Be a part of that CJ Ioniti team with Rochester, and they've had a lot of success. So tell me about your guard play and also this year's team a little bit.
Well, like Coach said, first of all, seniors are just awesome to have. Girls have been around, experienced girls that we have. Girls have been playing since 2nd grade. And now they have an opportunity to grow together and have an opportunity to really put a dream season together. Guard play is huge, especially in girls basketball. Girls basketball compared to boys basketball, there's a lot more offensives ran. Girls set that up. You need guards, to run that. They're just not, it's a little different level between girls and boys side of things, so you need that guard support there. Press, 5A basketball, it's up tempo. Teams want to press the heck out of you. You need those guards to be able to break it and handle the pressure for sure.
Yeah, Shady Side Academy coming up. Obviously, it's really early into the season. You're going to play West Day, part of the Tip-Off Classic, the Allegheny Health Network Tip-Off Classic, KDK Radio, coming up on December 27th. I just have to ask, though, where is this team as far as early on? Healthy-wise, you seem to be buying in. Things seem to be going along okay. Obviously, things you need to work on.
Yeah, we're healthy right now. Knock on wood, everything is good on that side of things. Little break right now. We haven't played since last Tuesday, so it's a little long stretch here. So long grueling practices over the last week and a half. Get ready for Saturday. Shady Side is not going to be no slouch either. The schedule this year we have is loaded with teams that either have competed for Whitfield championships in years past, are ranked teams coming into the season. We loaded up the schedule. In years past, I made it where we had more opportunities in games. We were trying to grow our program to a certain point. Now this girls program's up to a certain point that we can go and play on a bigger stage. Going and playing on a North Allegheny court a couple years ago, Lincoln Park wouldn't even been thought about on the girls' side to go have this opportunity.
And it's all about student athletes getting a chance to play at the next level. You were saying in the last video about Malik and some of the people who've recently been here at Kansas State, Kansas. Are your players starting to get some looks from school?
Yeah, we had the other night in Neshannock, we had more smaller schools, but Westminster was here again. They like a couple of our girls. Slippery Rock has showed a lot of interest that way. We've had some other areas around here, so a lot of local schools are definitely reaching out on that side of things with schools too.
Coach, you got Sarah Scott.
Baldwin
Wallace.
Yeah, Sarah Scott's going to Baldwin Wallace. Yeah, so we're excited about that.
How do you feel about being in this Tip-Off Classic on KDK Health Network?
When he called and had this opportunity, it's just, it's a dream for these girls, and that's what I told him. I don't think they understand the excitement and the opportunity this actually is. One, there's never been anybody high school-wise that have played there. We're going to be the only girls teams down there playing, and plus it's a section game too, so nothing better than that as well too.
Listen, the greatest game I've ever seen coached was at this place many years ago when she was coaching Oakland Catholic, Susan McConnell-Serio. And that had such a profound effect on me that we've been lifelong friends, and I followed her career. But I've said many times, you could give me Super Bowl 50-yard line, NCAA men's Final Four, anything, 7th game in the World Series. But if I could sit in the seats of a NCAA women's Division I college final basketball, that's where I'd want to be, because they play the game at its purest. I mean, passing the ball, playmaking, shooting off the dribble, being able to do things that I think the way basketball, you think of John Wooden, the way it was meant to play. When they took the dunk out of the game, and Lee was the alley-oop to Bill Walton, to me, that's the purest sense of the game, and that's what I see in women's basketball. Is that a fair statement?
It's very fair. Yeah, very fair. It's funny. We talk about it all the time. most of the time, girls are a lot more coachable than boys at times too. They listen a little bit better at things on side, but he does get some boys as well too that will listen as well too.
Right.
But girls, you're right, and they have to play it that way. They're just not, the ability to jump above the rim doesn't happen. So they have to be smart. The backdoor screens, the pass, the hidden cuts, little things like that. Girls have to do a little. It's a little more challenging for them as well. 3-point shooting's not as easy,
No.
as a boy to step up and shoot from behind the arc. It's different.
But make no mistake about it, it's evolving. Las Vegas Sparks, who just won the WNBA, they can get a little physical out there, Coach.
Yeah. I think we actually had our JVs go up against the girls a little bit, and it gets really physical. They show the physicality. They didn't back down at all. There's pushing, shoving, banging, and guys weren't ready for it. They didn't think that was going to happen. So it was good for both groups. We're real young, our JVs, and it was good for their girls to see the physicality of how guys play. And they were up to that challenge. It was great.
Do you also understand what you're all doing with this new gymnasium, more gymnasiums across the street, what it's going to do for sports in general, but especially girls basketball, boys basketball? You're going to give players from this region a chance to play on that court and have that experience. It's going to help them as they try to matriculate to college.
I think it is. It'll be a draw. Look, Lincoln Park, every kid that comes to Lincoln Park is a transfer. So, they talk about these transfers to schools.
That's been going on since time began.
Every student is a transfer. You're coming to Lincoln Park for your school, no matter what it is. Dance, theater, health science, you're transferring from somewhere. So that's what it is. So Lincoln Park has to have an attraction to get kids of whatever interest they have to come to this community, because we're way down at the end of Beaver County. So those new buildings, what they're going to offer will attract students, and then it'll attract business, and maybe it helps the community in some way to bring more people into this town and do more things in Midland. It's going to be the focal point of this community, but with Lincoln Park and those two buildings, there's pictures out on the website. They're going to be the Taj Mahal of Beaver County. The events.
Well, it's a gift for all of us, and also it's good for the business matrix as well. Before you go, just some of the players that we're going to be hearing about throughout the season, but especially on the Allegheny Health Network Tip-Off Classic inaugural action that begins with his team taking on West Day, ends up with his team, Lincoln Park, the boys taking on North Catholic, all of the action on KDK. Really excited about it. But tell the folks about some of these players we're watching and listening.
Well, we're in a 6-man rotation, or 6-girl rotation, I should say, with 6 seniors who have tons of experience. So we start, again, 5 seniors, and 1 senior comes off the bench, and all 6 of them probably could start. So you're going to hear all those names all day, from the Maddie Sykas to the Jayla Cassots to Bella Remner to Sarah Scotts, Sincere Conleys, and Abby Januzzi's. Those are the group. These girls are what's going to lead us, hopefully, to where we've never been before as a girls program. So it's exciting to see.
So South Fayette, where you call home, I have to ask Coach Joe Rossi, recently retiring, longtime football coach, class act. So I just thought I'd give him a mention as well too. Best of luck, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Don't forget Coons Quality Food Sports Report Saturday, Sunday morning with me, Coons Market, Black and Gold Sunday Show, and the first ever Allegheny Health Network Tip-Off Classic at PPG Paints Arena. All of the action on KDKA December 27th. And as I've been telling you, there's always more sports 24/7, 365 days a year, 93.7thefan.com. Have a great day, everybody.